Apathy can be defined as a lack of motivation and a state of indifference in situations that should evoke emotions. It can manifest in various ways in daily life. In terms of emotional sphere, individuals affected may show little emotion, both positive and negative, and rarely appear excited. On a mental level, an apathetic person demonstrates little interest in learning new things or taking charge of their health, and may even neglect personal hygiene. Regarding behavior, one may notice low participation in social or leisure activities, a tendency to easily give up, and a lack of initiative. In Myotonic Dystrophy Type 1, or DM1, apathy is estimated to affect about 1 in 2 individuals and is caused by disruptions in the brain directly related to the disease. The younger the onset of the disease, the higher the likelihood of apathy. Most often, apathetic individuals do not complain about their lack of motivation and initiative because they may not even realize it. However, it can become burdensome for loved ones who feel its effects on their social life. Indeed, apathy can lead to conflicts and even the isolation of the affected individual, as some relatives and friends may decide to distance themselves. It's important to remember that apathy is not a character trait of the person, nor is it laziness or lack of willpower. It's a direct effect of the disease. Now, let's explore ways to better manage apathy in daily life. The following strategies come from caregivers whom we interviewed as part of a scientific study. Please note that they may not be perfectly suited to your situation.
Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 days before doing the dishes. At some point, I get tired and end up doing them myself. It's the same with the laundry in the bedroom. Basically, I end up cleaning up everything.
Due to apathy, it's common for people living with DM1 to participate less actively in household tasks compared to other members of the household, without it being due to physical problems. The reflex of many caregivers is then to do more to compensate. However, this can create tensions in your relationship. Firstly, if your loved one denies that there is an imbalance in the distribution of tasks, you could take inventory of what each person does in the house during a given week.
She used to say that she did a lot, and I used to say that she didn't do enough. But in the end, I made a list of what I did and the tasks she did, and she became aware at that moment that the tasks were disproportionate.
One way to achieve a better balance is to create a task distribution list. This distribution should work for both of you and take into consideration each person's capacity and availability.
Having a schedule is a good strategy, I think. It allowed for the task separation, especially when we work, because at some point it can be overwhelming. If they don't do anything when they're off, it becomes a bit heavy because it's like I'm alone doing the chores.
For less motivating tasks, you can suggest ending on a positive note.
It's about trying to find a positive aspect to the task, finding ways to motivate them to do something enjoyable together. For example, we can go to the cinema if you give me a hand with the cleaning.
In general, the most helpful strategy appears to be reminding your loved ones of tasks or activities at opportune times during the day when they are available and receptive. When possible, you can even help them start the activity and then let them continue on their own. In terms of social and recreational activities, one way to help your loved one engage more is to accompany them to an activity they're interested in. As they become more comfortable and accustomed to participating, you can gradually step back if you wish. If the person has committed to participating in activities, it may often be a struggle to convince them to join in.
Before going, sometimes she doesn't feel like going anymore, even though she's been looking forward to it for a month and talking about it.
You can offer them an exit strategy to reassure them, for example, by promising that if they don't feel like staying once they're there, it will be possible to return home.
But I know that once she's there, she settles in and she's fine. She becomes motivated by the activity.
These examples or strategies might help you, but keep in mind that every relationship is unique, and you'll need to find what works best for both of you. In general, try to avoid raising your voice, stressing, or pressuring your loved one. Instead, focus on helping them start what they need to do, reassuring them, and encouraging them.
We can live a normal life despite the illness. There's always a way to overcome weaknesses, to help each other, and to have a life.